Hello BookTube, my name is Adrian and welcome back to my channel. I apologize in advance for any background noise you're going to hear in this video because I am not getting a chance to film today when my son is napping because I'll be at my parents' house. But I wanted to get a video film for you guys so that we can go ahead and get this video up in a timely manner. So I apologize for the background noise. Happy Halloween! I am not in costume right now because I am not finished with my costume. It is literally Halloween as I'm filming this, not just while you're watching it. And I still haven't finished my costume. That's why I'm going to my parents' house today because it's at their house and I need to finish it. So I'm gonna go to their house, finish my costume, and yeah. My son's costume's done, he's ready, we're good, but I do not. So as for what this video is, today I am doing a November TBR for you guys. I do not normally post TBR videos on this channel, if you did not know that, and that is because usually I'm very much a mood reader and I don't, I don't base pick all the books I want to read in a month at the beginning of the month and then go, because if I was going to do that, it could literally be my whole shelf because I will read anything. It could be the entire library because I will read whatever I feel like reading. But there are 3 read-a-thons happening in the month of November that I am wanting to participate in, and each of them I have specific TBRs for. Obviously I may not stick to those TBRs, but I want to kind of try to have something planned out for a TBR for read-a-thons, just so that I have a guideline, something that'll fit challenges, because that's part of the fun. So I wanted to go ahead and make one video at the beginning of the month covering all the books I plan to read over the course of the read-a-thons that I'm taking part in November. And so the way this video is going to work is I will tell you what read-a-thon I'm doing, what the dates are. I will link below the announcement video for those read-a-thons, and then I will show you the books I plan to read. I will add a little disclaimer here. I am hoping to participate in all 3 of these read-a-thons. I am also going to attempt maybe to vlog these read-a-thons as well. We will see how that goes. And I say we'll see how it goes because unless she decides to be early, our daughter will be born on November 8th. And that means that I'm going to also be juggling a newborn while also trying to juggle vlogging and reading and having this channel. So if videos get a little spotty, that's why. But I do have some stuff pre-filmed and I do have some stuff going that I am going to hopefully be able to post for you guys on a regular basis like I've tried to be doing lately. The first read-a-thon that I'm hoping to participate in actually takes place over the week that she is supposed to be born. So that'll be fun. If I do get a chance to vlog that, you may get to see us a couple updates from the hospital because I'll be in the hospital for 2 days. So that'll be interesting. But I feel like I've rambled on enough for this video. So let's just go ahead and get into what read-a-thons I'm going to be participating in and what I hope to read for those. So the first read-a-thon I hope to participate in is Borrow-a-thon, which takes place from the 5th to the 12th. This is the read-a-thon that will be taking place over the week that my daughter is born. So we'll see how it goes. But I have 4 books picked out for that. If you do not know what Borrow-a-thon is, basically you are supposed to read borrowed books. These could be books that you borrowed from other individuals, or it can be books that you borrowed from the library. In my case, it will be books I borrowed from the library. I'm going to be listening to a lot of audiobooks this month, so I won't have a whole lot of books to show you physically because taking care of a newborn, I figure I'll have a lot more time to have headphones in while I'm holding her, feeding her, generic newborn care. I can have headphones in with my phone in my pocket listening to audiobooks. So there will be a lot of audiobooks in this TBR as well as probably in my wrap-up. The first book that I hope to read during Borrow-a-thon is The 1000th Floor by Katherine McGee. I have heard really great things about this book and I've really been into fantasy again lately because I kind of go in big spurts where I'll be all about contemporary, all about fantasy, all about sci-fi. Maybe not sci-fi, but I'll be all into one genre for a long time, and I'm kind of back in the gear of fantasy. But I've heard really great things about this book, so this is definitely the first one that I'm hoping to pick up. This is one of the only 2 books that I plan to be reading physically during the read-a-thon. I do not have one of them with me to show you because I haven't picked it up from the library yet. But this is the first book that I hope to read during borrow-a-thon. The next book I hope to read during borrow-a-thon is Hunted by Megan Spooner. Hunted is the other book that I plan to hopefully physically read over the course of borrow-a-thon. This is obviously the one that I don't have to show you because I haven't picked it up from the library, but it should be here in the next day or two, and so I will be able to get it. But I've heard that this book is very good and kind of a Beauty and the Beast inspired story, so I'm very interested to see how the story goes as well. The next book I have that I hope to read during borrow-a-thon is Ruby Red by Kirsten Gier. This is obviously not a library book. This is a physical edition that I do actually own. Obviously, I am wanting to reread this book, and I do actually have the audiobook from my library that I was hoping to reread in it. So I'm counting this for borrow-a-thon because the borrowed book is the audiobook. So hopefully I will get through this one as well. And then the last book that I hope to read during the borrow-a-thon is Mary Poppins by P.L. Travers. I've never read Mary Poppins before, but Mary Poppins is the ostentatious book club pick for the month, and I am very interested to read it. I figured I'd go ahead and read Mary Poppins and see how it went. I have the audiobook of this from the library, so I thought this might be a good one to read when I'm up with my daughter late at night, because it's at least something maybe she could listen to as well with her teeny tiny new ears. So like I said, those are all the books that I plan to read during borrow-a-thon. Those 4 books, hopefully I can get through them. We'll see. Like I said, I'm gonna have a newborn. Never know how that's gonna go. But moving on to the second read-a-thon I hope to participate in this month is actually Tome Topple round, I believe it's round 5. That will be happening from the 17th to the 30th of November. I picked 2 books that I'm hoping to read for Tome Topple, but I am not holding my breath because obviously they're big books, they're tomes. If you do not know the premise of Tome Topple, the idea behind Tome Topple is that it is not about how many books you read, it is about the page number you read. So all books that you are supposed to be reading have to be tomes, which are over 500 pages. And the 2 books I have picked are, I believe, both over 700 pages. So I'm not so sure I can get to both of them, but I'm hoping to get through one of them. But we'll see how it goes. Both of these books I have on audiobooks. I have had them for a long time and just never listened to them. And so I decided I was going to go ahead and try and have like a dedicated time, use the read-a-thon to try and get through them. And those 2 books are Dragonfly and Amber and Voyager by Diana Gabaldon. I've already read Outlander, obviously, so these are book 2 and 3 in the Outlander series. I've had the audiobooks of these for a really long time and just never read them. I liked Outlander. I started Dragonfly and Amber a long time ago and I did not get very far into it. So I'm hoping that with the dedication of Tome Topple I can get through it. But yes, these are the 2 books I hope to read for Tome Topple. Like I said at the beginning of this video, I will have linked below the announcement videos and the rules for all of these read-a-thons. Tome Topple does have challenges. I am obviously not going to attempt to meet any of them because my goal with Tome Topple is just to complete the tomes that I have. So that being said, those are the only books I plan to read for Tome Topple. And the last read-a-thon I hope to participate in actually takes place directly in the middle of Tome Topple. So obviously over the course of this read-a-thon I will also be probably reading my TBR for Tome Topple, but I also picked 5 books to go along with the challenges for this read-a-thon, and this read-a-thon is the TBR Takedown, and this read-a-thon takes place from the 18th to the 22nd. So like I said, I picked 5 books for this read-a-thon because I wanted to try and meet the challenges, and 3 of those 5 are audiobooks, which makes me more likely to be able to, you know, complete the challenges because I'll be able to not have to like super focus too hard on sitting and reading. I won't have to just dedicate my time to reading. I can also be reading, listening to audiobook, and doing other things, and so I'm hoping that that will help me in my attempts to do this. I think actually, let me check. Yeah, okay, so one of the books that I'm hoping to actually read during TBR Takedown is also considered a tome. So if I manage to complete that book, it would count for both read-a-thons. TBR Takedown does not have a video announcement for it, I don't believe, but it does have a Twitter. So I will link the Twitter for TBR Takedown in the description below so that you can check that out. So let's just go ahead and get into the challenges and what I hope to read to meet those challenges. The first challenge is the oldest book on your shelf. This can either be the oldest book by publication date, or it can be the oldest book that you bought, so the book you bought the longest time ago. And for this, I chose The Master's Match by Tamla Hancock Murray. I talk about this book fairly often on this channel. It is one of my all-time favorite books. It's super short, super easy to read. I reread it at least once a year, and it has been, I don't think I reread it last year, so I'm hoping to reread it this year for this challenge. I bought this book, I think I bought this book back in 2008 or 2009. It's been a long time since I bought this book. So this is probably the oldest book that I still currently have on my shelf. I do have books that I do own that are older than that, but they are not on my shelf. They are in a storage box in the basement for one day when my son is big enough to read them. So I don't really count those because, like I said, they're not on my shelf. So this is the book that I plan to read first in the read-a-thon for the first challenge. The next challenge is a book from your most recent haul. I will link that video for you as well if you want to check out my most recent haul. But the book I chose from that is Poison by Sarah Pinborough. This book is gorgeous. It's also super short. The font is not that tiny. It's beautifully illustrated. And I feel like I could get through this one pretty quick as well. And since I'm not going to have a whole lot of time to read physical books, I decided that for these ones that I do have physical books for, I wanted to pick shorter ones that I was also interested in. So Poison is going to be my pick for my most recent haul. So like I said, the last 3 books that I have for this read-a-thon are audiobooks, so I do not have a physical copy to show you. But the next challenge is a continuation of a series. And for this one, I picked Empire of Storms by Sarah J. Maas. This book is the one that is also a tome. It's almost 700 pages. So if I manage to complete this one, I will have another book for Tome Topple, since this read-a-thon takes place in the middle of Tome Topple. But I'm also not holding my breath on finishing this one, just because, like I said, it is longer. But we'll see. I might be able to do it. So yeah, Empire of Storms is my book for continuation of a series. The next challenge for TBR Takedown is first book in a series. For this one, I picked The Star Touch Queen by Roshani Chokshi. I'm so sorry. I know I butchered that. But this is also an audiobook that I have from Audible that I haven't read yet, and it is the first book in a series. So yeah, that is the 4th book I am really hoping to get to during TBR Takedown. And then the last challenge for TBR Takedown is a book that is outside of your comfort zone. And for this one, I have Better Than You by Nicole Curtis. This is actually a memoir. It is not a normal novel, and that is very much outside of my comfort zone. I think in my entire life, I've only read 3, maybe 4 memoirs that weren't school required. So I definitely am interested. I love her show, and so I'm definitely interested in, you know, hearing her book and how working on old houses, you know, affected her, and also how it, you know, changed her life. So I'm definitely interested in this one, but it is definitely outside of my comfort zone. So that is all of the books that I am hoping to read in the month of November. Obviously there are other books that I might read in between read-a-thons, or if I fly through all the audiobooks I have and need some more to read, I may just do that, but we will see. We'll see what we come up with here. But yeah, those are the books that I am hoping to read in November, and the read-a-thons that I'm hoping to read in November. So if I manage to complete these read-a-thons and actually manage to vlog them and all that, you will be getting 3 read-a-thon vlogs over the month of November. Well, I guess Tome Topple will probably be in December, but you will get several read-a-thon vlogs over the next month. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and if you did, maybe like, comment, or subscribe to my channel if you're interested to see other content that I make. I try to post videos every Tuesday or Wednesday, and then always on Friday. And so my video for Friday should be my October wrap-up. So if you are interested in seeing the books that I read in the month of October, come back and check me out then. So I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.